Okay, in this lesson we are going to talk about direct and inverse proportion. So in mathematics, we say that two quantities are proportional if as one of them changes, the other one also change. So in direct and inverse proportion, yeah, if I have maybe, okay, let me start with the graph. If I have here to be my y and here is my x, this is a graph of a direct proportion. That means that here as x is increasing, y also is increasing. So we say that x, if x is directly proportional to y, we have to be x is directly proportional to y. We call this one is what we call the symbol of proportionality. That is symbol for proportionality of proportion. So if I have this to be that x is directly proportional to y, then x will now be equal to ky, ky, and this is what gives us the k, and this k is what we call the constant of proportionality. That's what we call the constant of proportionality. In inverse proportion, we have the graph to be of this form. This inverse proportion, this is y and this is x. So here, as y is increasing, x will be decreasing. That's how it goes. So we have this to be that if x is inversely proportional to y, that means x is inversely proportional 1 over y. This shows x is inversely proportional to y. This why this way means x is directly proportional to y. So check two of them. This is direct proportion, this is inverse proportion. So in inverse proportion also we have this to be that x will now be equal to k times 1 over y, or I can say that x is equal to k over y. So this is the inverse proportion and this is the direct proportion. K remains the constant of proportionality. Okay, so let's look at this question now. From this question, the first says x is directly proportional to y. X is 20 when y is 4. Express x in terms of y, that's a. Okay, so in this case, for me to solve this question, number one question, we say that x is directly proportional to y. X is directly proportional to y. See that x is directly proportional to y. They are direct. That means that I will have x to be equal to ky. This k is my constant of proportionality. Okay, now the question now gives us that x is equal to 20, x is equal to 20, y is equal to 4. So x is equal to 20, y is equal to 4. I will substitute that in this to find k, So that gives that x is 20, I have 20 is equal to k, y is 4. So that gives us, if I divide both sides by 4, that means that my k is equal to what? 5. The first says express x in terms of y. That means that the first gives us x is equal to 5y, because my k is 5. I'll substitute 5 to be k, so have x is equal to 5y, and this express x in terms of y. Okay, the B part says find x when y is 8. Find x when y is 8. If y is 8, I will always use this to find any other question I want to look for. So if y is 8, I will substitute x to be, x will now be 5 times 8, and 5 times 8 is what? 40. So x is 40. And the next question says find y when x is 30. So when x is 30, I'll still use this general equation of it. So when x is 30, I have 30 is equal to 5y. So that gives us that divide both sides by 5, divide here by 5, divide here by 5. So y will be what? 6. So that is the answer, the B part. Okay, now let's look at the other one, inverse proportion. And the inverse proportion, this says that x is inversely proportional to y. X is inversely proportional to y. X is inversely proportional to y. Okay, so that means I'm going to have this to be x is equal to k times 1 over y, which gives us k over y. Okay, k over y. Now from here the question says x is 48 and y is 9. If I substitute that in this equation to find my k, x is 48, I have 48 is equal to k over y is 9. So that means that cross multiply, I have k to be equal to 432. So k is 432. I will substitute k to this equation. That is, now a says express x in terms of y. That means if I substitute my k in this, I will have x to be equal to 432 all over y. And this is the answer to question A. Okay, now B says find x when y is 12. So when y is 12, what is x? What is x? When y is 12, what is x? Okay, so I will substitute my y to be 12. I have x is equal to 432 divided by 12 because y is 12. Substitute y to be 12. So x now will now give us 36. X will be 36. Okay, then the C part says find y when x is 24. When x is 24, what is y? I will still go back to substitute. X is 24. You have 24 is equal to 24 is equal to y is unknown, 432 divided by y. So if I cross multiply, I will have that y now will be 432 divided by 24, which means that my y will now be 18. And that gives us the answer to the question.